Another Liv Morgan fan theory has surfaced, and it's something that would be pretty mind-blowing. So we'll get into every single part of it and what it could affect. Starting things off with this insane fan theory that's beginning to circulate for Liv Morgan. So the seeds have been planted for Liv Morgan's return to Raw, and it's all about the Judgment Day and this new addition of Roxanne Perez as a new associate to the group. The first red flag right off the bat is the fact that this decision was made without Liv Morgan's input or her knowledge. It was a decision that Finn made all on his own, so you know it's going to create tension based off that fact alone. But that wasn't the only issue. Also, on her first night of being introduced to the group, Roxanne did give Dominic chicken nuggets, which you know Liv Morgan should not be pleased about either. So a lot of seeds are in place for Liv Morgan's return to absolutely be chaotic and full of so much tension all around from so many different routes. Liv is going to have high tension obviously with Finn Balor. Finn is the one that orchestrated this entire mess. He's the one to bring Roxanne Perez into the fold. So no doubt we should expect to see Liv and Finn go head to head over Roxanne's situation and go head to head over the control of the Judgment Day overall. Control of the group is something that Finn Balor has been after for a long time, but someone always got in his way. With the original Judgment Day, Damian and Rhea were always going head to head over the leadership role. So Finn helped get Damian and Rhea both exiled from the group, so that he can easily take over the leadership role. But after Rhea and Damian left, Liv Morgan started contesting Finn for the leadership role. So that's been a reoccurring conflict for Finn Balor. He wants full leadership of the Judgment Day, but there's always been an obstacle in his way. And now he's addressing this obstacle the same way he did the first time around with Rhea and Damian. And that's going to set up the situation that will result in Liv Morgan leaving the Judgment Day. So that's going to be Liv's main conflict above everything else, that tug of war battle with Finn Balor. But then, the conflict for Liv Morgan will continue to sprinkle down to the rest of the Judgment Day members as well, starting with her tag team championship partner, Raquel Rodriguez. Like we covered earlier in the week, Raquel absolutely stood her ground against Roxanne Perez during that backstage introduction segment. Raquel was extremely hostile and dismissive towards Roxanne Perez, and even doubled down on social media about how she wants nothing to do with Roxanne, and how she's staying loyal to Liv Morgan. But we do have to wonder if Raquel would eventually warm up to Roxanne Perez the moment she's around the Judgment Day. We can't forget that Raquel and Roxanne literally have history together of being a tag team in NXT. They've been rivals in recent years, but if they're both on the same side of the Judgment Day, it makes you wonder if Raquel and Roxanne could squash their issues and return to having that deep friendship that they had during their NXT days. Whether that's by Roxanne Perez helping Raquel win the match, saving her from trouble, or even stepping in as an interim champion to retain the titles with Raquel. There has to be some event there that will start the process of easing the tension between Roxanne and Raquel. And once that tension has been flattened and resolved, could Raquel and Roxanne become closer than Liv and Raquel ever were with each other? That surely seems like an outcome that's on the table. And then lastly for Liv Morgan will be the tension with Dominic Mysterio. Dominic's history does not do him any favors here in this situation. Dominic Mysterio has a bad history of leaving all of his prior love interests in favor of new women that show him attention, spend time with him, and give him gifts and food. That's how Liv stole Dominic away from Rhea Ripley. And that's all the same methods that Roxanne Perez has started to use on Dominic Mysterio right now. So if Dominic Mysterio starts to fold again and starts sneaking off with Roxanne Perez when he's supposed to be staying loyal to Liv Morgan, you just know that this situation is going to lead towards major issues for Liv and Dominic. So it's insane that Liv Morgan is not even on television at this current moment of time, but you could see the seeds being planted for all these potential betrayals and different story routes for her. Raquel could end up leaving her to partner up with Roxanne. Dominic could end up leaving her to romantically be involved with Roxanne, and Finn would be there laughing and watching the whole house burn down. So assuming this is the direction, assuming that Liv loses basically both her tag team partner and her boyfriend, Roxanne, where could Liv Morgan go from there? What would be Liv Morgan's next move? Who could she turn to for help? It sounds insane given their recent history with each other, but a lot of fans are thinking Rhea Ripley could be the perfect person for Liv Morgan to turn to for assistance after the Judgment Day completely implodes. Things have gone really ugly between Rhea and Liv's character in recent years, no doubt about it. They started off as super close friends and a great tag team, but it all fell apart when Rhea Ripley brutally beat Liv Morgan to join the Judgment Day. That was then followed up by Rhea Ripley injuring Liv Morgan and taking her out of action for months. Then Liv Morgan returns to injure Rhea Ripley right back and take Rhea out of action for several months, all while Liv stole Dominic, the title, and the Judgment Day from Rhea, all within the same time frame. You also can't forget that Liv assaulted Rhea Ripley with a bat in the NXT parking lot, once again resulting in Rhea Ripley missing some time. So their history with each other is absolutely brutal, and it's honestly really hard to picture a world where two characters who have been through all of that would be willing to team up with each other again. But fans still think it's possible. Fans think that maybe Liv and Rhea could find some neutral common grounds to bond over, such as the fact that they both got played and cheated on by Dominik and Mysterio. They both have that in common. They were also both victims of Finn Balor's evil ways. They both had very ugly exits from the Judgment Day. So is there enough there for Liv and Rhea to actually create even a temporary truce to help each other out? Some fans were mentioning that Rhea and Liv's link-up could probably look similar to what Roman and Cody went through in late 2024. Up until that point, Roman and Cody had spent over 2 years battling it out with each other in brutal ways, but they were able to create a temporary union to take on the common enemy that was Solo's bloodline. Roman and Cody teamed up for a match, but there was still that small level of tension there between them. You can just sense that, and they did not fully trust each other, and that was understandable. So maybe that's the type of vibe they could be recreating for a reunion between Liv and Rhea. It's not like Liv is going to be jumping into Rhea's arms again like she used to. Things would definitely be much different if they were to reunite again. They'll be on the same side fighting both together as allies, but there'll still be that weird tension there between them because they still don't fully trust each other at all. So it's definitely hard to picture it happening, but at the same time, it's insane how perfectly Rhea fits as a potential new partner for Liv Morgan in this story. Rhea was wronged by Dominik Mysterio in the Judgment Day in the same faction that Liv was in this scenario. So if there's anyone that could relate to what Liv is going through, strangely enough, it's Rhea Ripley. And what a bizarre full circle moment it would be for Liv and Rhea's journey with each other to now revert for them being back together as tag team partners. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.